Just when you think America has reached the maximum level of queerness, not just a little light in the loafers, but full on queerer than a $3 bill, just when you think things cannot get any queerer, the Speaker of the House of Representatives appears on a drag queen TV show to declare that transvestitism is what America is all about.
Please give a warm drag race welcome to the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. Welcome back.
My honor to be here to say to all of you how proud we all are of you. Thank you for the joy and beauty you bring to the world.
Aww.
Your freedom of expression of yourselves in drag is what America is all about. I say that all the time to my friends in drag.
That's what America's all about. Quote, our Constitution was built for a moral and religious people, and more than that, it's built for dudes to strap on stilettos and strut around like cartoon caricatures of a prostitute. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. So said John Adams. Did he? I don't think so. It is increasingly, however, the view held by our elite institutions, which are uniformly promoting transvestitism and transgenderism and transsexualism, including among children, and the voices calling for this child abuse and this perversion and this madness are not just on the radical left. The situation has gotten so bad in this country, even the largest conservative cable news channel has joined the chorus, not just waving the rainbow flag, but even encouraging parents to trans their kids. I had to blink on Friday. I had to clear my eyes and shake my head and blink because I know it's June. And in June, everything goes super gay. And it doesn't just go gay. Gay is now bourgeois. Gay is now old-fashioned and traditional. Now it goes trans. And it doesn't just go trans for the adults, it goes trans for the kids. So I know that. I expect that from all the left-wing news outlets, which is to say almost all the news outlets. I expect this from all the left-wing corporations, which is to say almost all the corporations. I expect this certainly from all the left-wing TV channels, which is to say most of the TV channels. But I saw a segment being run, not just on the topic of transgenderism, not just on the topic of transgendering the kids, but actively promoting transing the kids. And I saw this segment not on MSNBC and not on CNN. I saw it on Fox News.
14-year-old Rylan Whittington is a typical Southern California teenager. And the Whittingtons, along with mom Hillary, dad Jeff, and sister Brinley, are a typical family. The only difference, though, in Rylan's eyes, is what this family can mean to the tens of thousands of kids under 18 who identify as transgender.
We put our story out there so people could see that there's another family out there that is going through what we're going through, or there's another family who's proud of who they are.
Before Rylan could even speak, he managed to tell his parents that he is a boy.
I could just see that it wasn't him trying to be a brat. It was painful. It was truly painful for him to have to wear feminine clothing and for us constantly telling him that you're a girl.
And unlike some trans kids, when Rylan came out at age 5 a few years later, he had the full support of his parents.
Just here to make the ride smoother for others.
What extraordinary courage displayed by Rylan, his sister Brinley, father Jeff, and mom Hillary. I want to thank the Whittington family for speaking to us. It's not easy, particularly at a time when transgender issues have been politicized. People are afraid of what they do not understand. This family hopes their story will lead to more understanding, more acceptance, and ultimately more love.
And ultimately more love. That's the last word there. This is not just covering this. This is not just, well, look at this weird story. It would be abusive enough to run a big segment, go out, film this family and this poor little girl where they're obviously screwing up this poor girl on all sorts of hormones, and that's why her voice is so much deeper. That would be bad enough. But this creep reporter on Fox News is promoting it. And by the way, the clip goes on 3 minutes longer. it gets worse and worse. We don't have time to cover the whole thing on the show. This is a full-throated endorsement on the news side of Fox News of transgendering the kids. I refrain from friendly fire on the right, even among right-wing personalities and politicians and organizations that I don't even like all that much. I refrain from friendly fire generally. I try to abide by Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment, thou shalt not speak ill of a fellow Republican. I cannot think of anything more evil that Fox News could do than endorse transing kids, than encourage parents to trans their kids. And in the other parts of that segment, they say, yeah, you know, we're using statistics from the Trevor Project, which is a radical pro-LGBT organization. And the statistics say, if you don't trans your little kids, they're going to kill themselves. So what, do you want it? They actually use this line. They say, would you rather have a dead daughter or a living son? Or really, it's just a daughter who's pretending to be a boy. What do you want? You want to kill your kid? Well, if you don't want to kill your kid, give a ton of money to pharmaceutical psychos to pump your kid full of hormones so that you can permanently screw up their body and probably give them osteoporosis or something, make them sterile forever. When they come to regret this in 10 years, you're going to have destroyed their lives. But if you don't do it now, you're going to kill your kids. That's the kind of stuff that's being promoted on Fox News Channel. Good grief, what has happened? I can't figure it out. I can't refrain from criticizing them here. I've appeared on Fox News about a bazillion times. I've promoted multiple books on Fox News. Went back last year. Tucker helped me promote my book Speechless. I wish that the Fox News executives had read that book. I wish they had listened to some of their own programming. This is insane. It's very difficult for me. I was trying to make a joke about what's going to happen next at Fox News. What are they going to promote next? Blank, you know, they're promoting this. So I was trying to think of some hyperbolic, satirical thing I could say. What's the even crazier thing that they could promote? There's nothing crazier. They've reached it. That's the bottom of the slippery slope. Maybe bestiality. I don't think that's even worse. We're talking about mutilating the genitals of little kids. And if you don't do it, you're a terrible parent, they say. It shows you how far America's fallen. It actually gives some credence to what Nancy Pelosi was saying. Transvestitism's what America's all about. Maybe it is. I don't think it's what ordinary Americans are about. I don't think it's what the majority of the American people are about. But I do think that it might be what every single one of our institutions is about, including the quote-unquote conservative ones, including the quote-unquote right-wing ones. There's a uniform agreement now, not just on the rainbow, not just on homosexuality, not just on transgenderism, on transing the freaking little kids. Wasn't just Fox News promoting this stuff. You're seeing this now. Somehow this is more disgusting. It's probably less evil, but it's definitely more disgusting. There was an ad that came out from Postmates, which is a food delivery service, on listen, I'm no expert in the nuances of this particular sexual ideology, but it was the sort of stuff you should eat from Postmates if you want to engage in certain activities.
What are you eating this Pride? Well, if you're a top, it seems like you can eat whatever you want. But if you're a bottom, you're expected to starve? Not this Pride. Introducing the bottom-friendly menu from Postmates. We teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein from Bespoke Surgical to bring you a menu of bottom-friendly foods backed by science. Insoluble fiber won't help you feel cute, so avoid things like whole grains, wheat bran, cauliflower, potatoes, legumes. Hold up, are you just fully diving into those beans? The problem with these foods is they don't dissolve in water, which could cause a traffic jam in your digestive system, making a mess of your evening. There's no right or wrong way to bottom. But if you're planning on getting peachy this Pride, the bottom-friendly menu on Postmates has the kinds of foods that could keep you feeling good.
Are you organic?
Mm-hmm.
They put the avocado in an S&M leather studs metal That's so gross. And I realized why they're doing it. I couldn't figure out, I said, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in any commercial. Why? And they're doing it because for years, corporations have been attacked, even by the left-wing LGBT activists. They say, you just put your logo in a rainbow for Pride. You don't really care. It's just, you're pandering, but you don't really change anything. And so I know there was a board meeting. There was some kind of executive meeting at Postmates, and they said, we got to really prove it to them this year. We are going to go into the most absolutely disgusting, granular detail on LGBT relations, and we're going to include avocados and peaches and all sorts of stuff, to digestive tracts, and we're committed this year. Please, maybe go back to the logo. I think we were fine with the logo. I'm so glad you liked that clip. Now, ring, ding, bing, bada bada bing bong, subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. Get all of the notifications for every single video. Then head on over to Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever, MySpace, I don't care, wherever. Subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show. Leave a 5-star review. We'll see you next time.